ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So here we are seeing one most oftenly quoted verse. It seems like that. The same verse almost we find in the first canto of Bhagavatam also. With just one line, there is some change. Jnanam yad, jnanam cha yadahaitukam. Yes. So meaning is almost the same. वासुदेवे भगवति भक्ति योगः प्रयोजितः जनयति आशु वैराग्यम ज्ञानम यत् ब्रह्मदर्शनम। This verse specifically tells about the glories of performance of devotional service. There are many kinds, varieties of spiritualists. Shri Krishna Balaram ki. Different categories of spiritualists make their goal or objectives of their life in different aspects of transcendence, and they dedicate their entire life for that. So much of hard work, tapasya, they put in for that. Specifically, those in the path of jnana and those on the path of karma. Different kinds of yoga systems are there. So strenuously they try for acquiring knowledge of self through their personal experience, looking at the outside world, reading the Vedic literatures. Of course, they may not read the Vedic literatures with full faith that these are the instructions of God, but in their pursuit of knowledge, they want to acquire more and more knowledge. They approach the Vedic literatures, they approach various other books written by various other scholars also in the same way, and in their own way they endeavor to acquire knowledge. And there are people, through the practice of karma yoga, maybe after karma yoga more little they are advanced, they take up to different varieties of Ashtanga yoga system, Hatha yoga, because we know how to control our senses is difficult. To control our mind is difficult. So in varieties of ways, through different practices, somehow they want to subdue the mind, tame the senses, bring the senses and control mind under their control, and they endeavor strenuously and whatever, it's a big tapasya, they follow this path. But we have seen almost all of them, most of them fall back Because these processes are not very much practical, especially in the Kali Yuga, wherein the age is degraded, people are short-lived, predominantly influenced by Rajoguna and Tamoguna, mode of passion and ignorance. So to perform these specific processes and achieve perfection is very, very difficult. Kleshodikatarastesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadbhir avapyate. To the embodied souls, the path specifically of the impersonalists who do not accept the Supreme Lord as a person, who do not try to develop their loving relationship with that Supreme Personality, their path is very, very difficult. And think somehow or the other, with great difficulty, they have reached certain heights in their path. Still, it is said, Dharmasvanushtitah pumsam vishvaksena kathasuyaha notpadayet yadiratim shrama eva hi kevalam. Shrama eva hi kevalam. It's only shrama or hard labor what they have taken up. That is the result, that's it. In another place, Prabhupada gives the example of beating the husk. Generally, the paddy, after being grown, it is dried and they beat it so that the husk is separated from the grains and the grains are taken and husk is disposed. And now there is husk from where the grain is already taken out. Again you go on beating the husk, thinking that some grains will come out from that. Nothing will come out. Go on beating that husk. What is the result of that? What is the profit gained from that? Nothing but hard labor. Shrama eva hi kevalam. So likewise, whether we are situated in our swadharma, practice of jnana, karma, different yogas, ultimately, if we do not develop loving devotional service to the Lord, attachment towards the Lord, attraction towards hearing about the Supreme Lord, then any other practices are considered to be shrama eva hi kevalam, useless labor. In another part of Bhagavatam it is said, a jnani may elevate himself to the topmost platform, but still if he has not taken shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, still there are chances that he will fall back. So much risk is there, separately endeavoring for some yogic, mystic perfections, for knowledge and all of these things. On the other hand, we see here mentioned in the Bhagavatam, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. Any person who has applied himself to perform devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Vasudeve Bhagavati, unto Lord Bhagavan Vasudeva, Bhakti Yoga, devotional service, Janayati Ashu. This rendering of devotional service to Vasudeva, Ashu means very quickly, very soon, Janayati, it gives rise to Vairagyam Jnanam Yad Brahma Darshanam. It gives rise to detachment and transcendental knowledge. Here, more specifically, like Brahma Darshanam word is used, meaning self-realization. Brahma Darshanam, self-realization. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions this word Brahma Darshanam. The word Darshanam means there should be one seer and there should be one seen. Generally we come to temple, especially when we go to some big temples. Big long queue will be there, standing for hours together. So we inquire, they would have gone to that pilgrimage site, but specifically going to the temple, standing in the long queue, and we inquire people, darshana aita, did you take darshan? Go to the temple and personally see the Supreme Lord in His deity form in the temple. So this is darshana. We don't say, some people go to some beach, darshana aita, whatever. What to say? There is one seer, there is something seen. The person we see. So Brahma Darshanam here specifically, as devotees you should be very clear, this Brahma Darshanam for us means seeing the Lord face to face. There is another, Prabhupada says how, once you see the Lord face to face, automatically His personality, His effulgence, whatever, everything is covered there. On the other hand, if you just see the effulgence or the light, it is not equivalent to seeing the person. For explaining this, Prabhupada gives various examples. Just like this example of, in the darkness there is one person standing in front of his house. He is waiting for his friend. He had fixed an appointment to come to his home and he is waiting. Night time, fully dark, and from a distant place he sees a bright light, very bright, and that light is coming towards him, approaching him. And then maybe initially he couldn't make out what it is. As the light comes closer and closer, then he could make out it's a vehicle coming towards him. And maybe in the beginning he cannot make out which vehicle it is. As it came still closer, some car which he was familiar with, this car is coming towards him. And finally the vehicle came and stood before him, and the door opened and his friend comes out and he meets him personally. So here, can we say, just by looking at the light at a distant place, I have met my friend, everything is over? No. Or just by identifying the car? No. So the light or the understanding of the car, all these are insufficient. So long it helps you to meet your friend, look at him personally, meet him, so long all of these things helps, yes, it is beneficial. Because maybe we can make out, we are waiting. Just the light comes, then sometimes we can make out, yes, that person is coming. We feel happy. So that's good. The person is waiting, and there's no sign of him coming at all. He's very desperate. At least by looking at that light, there is some satisfaction, some happiness. This may be my friend, he came now. But sometimes it may happen that the light comes, the vehicle comes, and it passes and goes away also. He is not my friend, some other vehicle would have passed. So all these probabilities are there. But still, we take some satisfaction in that. Our hope is there that yes, I am closer to meeting my friend. So all these hopes are there. So likewise, different transcendentalists, they approach the Supreme Lord in varieties of ways. Some people who are attached to the impersonalistic path, they follow their own procedures and they take satisfaction in their own ways. But until and unless they come in touch with a pure devotee of the Lord and begin to render devotional service to the Supreme Lord and personally meeting the Supreme Lord, seeing Him face to face, their inner, their hankering of the soul will not be satisfied. It cannot be satisfied. It is only by devotional service that the soul, the spirit soul, which is hungry after personal relation with the Supreme Lord, willing to render service to the Supreme Lord, only by doing these things will the soul be really happy. By any other processes, by reaching any other so-called perfection, never they can be really happy. So these are the things what we see here. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, this one cannot discover how such good qualities develop in the body of a devotee, but it actually happens. So here it is referred to how in a devotee, all the good qualities, what we can see in devatas, in demigods, we can find automatically manifest in a devotee. So how it manifests, we cannot make out. Here it is said, leave about so many other qualities. The main things, transcendental knowledge, detachment from this material world, which is so very important. A devotee need not endeavor for these things separately. Automatically, these things will be gifted to him. As a result of his pure, unalloyed devotional service, transcendental knowledge is revealed in his heart. Natural detachment from anything of this material world arises in the heart of such a devotee. How this happens? It happens. That's what Prabhupada says here. One cannot discover how such good qualities develop in the body of a devotee, but actually it happens. So just we have to take it in this way. These are the words of the Vedic literatures, scriptures. The Bhagavatam is telling this not just once, but it's the second time we are seeing. The first canto, same thing was given. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayati Asha Vairagyam Jnanam, all these things. Again it is repeated here, repeated by Kapila Muni. In the beginning, Sutta Goswami had told that. Again here also we find the same instruction repeated. How it happens, how knowledge comes, how detachment comes, it happens. That's the way it is. Then, one story is narrated here. There is one instance where a hunter was taking pleasure in killing animals But after becoming a devotee, he was not prepared to kill even an ant. Such is the quality of a devotee. So which story is this? Mrigari. Yes, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the story is quoted of Mrigari. How Mrigari, in the initial days, he was taking pleasure in killing animals, half killing animals, taking pleasure in looking at them wriggling in pain, blood coming out of their bodies, and all of such things. But later, after he came in touch with Narada Muni, took instructions from him, and he became a devotee. He took up to devotional service, specifically chanting the holy names of the Supreme Lord. And after some times, Narada Muni came back to see his disciple along with his friend Parvata Muni, and he observed, while paying obeisances, he was reluctant to coming towards him, step over some ants on the path. So this was the kind of transformation which had taken place. How it took place? How it took place? By the grace of Narada Muni. Yes, by the grace of Narada Muni, he got the instructions to practice devotional life. Such grace, see, Narada Muni went and instructed to Kamsa also. Many people that instructions, but many of them did not follow that. Grace is available. The spiritual master, his blessings is there, but many of us won't follow it. So ultimately, okay, this way we can take it. We render devotional service as per the instructions, directions of the Supreme Lord, and through all of our activities, please the Supreme Lord and his representative, the spiritual master, and by their grace, yes, we get the transcendental knowledge and detachment. So this is the crux of devotional service we need to understand. So it said devotional service is sublime. Sublime. How it works, it's not so easy for us to understand, but it has got such a wonderful effect on the person. So one more thing I would like to, one portion of one letter written by Srila Prabhupada to one devotee by name Subala. This was when Srila Prabhupada, after the initial days of struggle going to the Western world, it was in the year 1967. Almost nearly 2 years had passed. 1965, Srila Prabhupada landed in America. In 66, ISKCON was incorporated in New York. And by the mid-1967, there were 3 centers, one in New York, one in San Francisco, and one in Montreal. So New York center was taken care by Brahmananda Prabhu, and in San Francisco by Mukunda Prabhu, and in Montreal by Janardana Prabhu. So it was going on, and all of a sudden, Srila Prabhupada became sick. He was admitted into hospital, and half of his body was almost like it was frozen. He was unable to move, and this went on for many days, and some recovery was there. He came back to the temple. Of course, devotees were all by then very much attached to Srila Prabhupada. They were all so eager to keep him with them. They took care of him very nicely. But still Srila Prabhupada felt that whatever he's unable to go ahead with his routine services, and he thought maybe to recover, get back to normalcy, let me go to India. The devotees were all very much perturbed. They wanted somehow to keep Prabhupada there, but still Srila Prabhupada assured them, I'll try to come back. If I don't come back also, no issues. Already whatever is required for you to practice devotional life, everything is given. So somehow in the month of July 1967, Srila Prabhupada comes back to India. And after coming here, Srila Prabhupada writes in one letter to one devotee how it was as if entering a wall of hot bricks. See, there the temperature is also very cold and different way. Entering India, he says it's just like hot bricks are there and you enter inside that. And very quickly Srila Prabhupada recovered himself with whatever the temperature here, the medicines, the food, everything, he recovered. And again Prabhupada was trying after whatever lot of things he did in India also, and he was trying to go back. So there, in the meantime, when Srila Prabhupada was not there, the devotees there opened some 2-3 centers. In Boston, they went, some devotees, Satsvarupa, and another devotee, this Subala, he went to Santa Fe. That's another place in America. And there, they had got one big house, almost like a big castle. And the devotee writes in a letter how somehow they have procured this house and they'll try to make it a Hare Krishna center there, ISKCON there. And Srila Prabhupada wrote back. Prabhupada is very happy. Even in my absence, all of you have taken up so nicely this Krishna consciousness. You have understood the essence of preaching and you are trying very hard. And Srila Prabhupada had a lot of appreciation for that. After a few months, Prabhupada had promised them maybe by October month I'll return back again to America. So, but there was a lot of delay in obtaining visa, and later they got some whatever visa also. After that, some P form from the government sanction. There was a lot of delay in all of these things, and Prabhupada finally in the end of November, the ticket was booked from Calcutta for Prabhupada's return. At that point of time, there was some strike and some curfews and all of those things in Calcutta. So again, his ticket got cancelled there, he couldn't return. And again, the month of December, Prabhupada could return. So by that time, this devotee Subala, like he and his wife, both of them had gone to that new place. They were thinking, oh, wonderful place, big attractive place, but it was somewhere outskirts of the city. People were not at all coming. And this devotee was he became very morose. People are not coming and all of these things. Continuously back and forth, a lot of letters he was writing to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was writing him back. And finally the devotee had got another place wherein there were a lot of people around near the place. So he was able to invite them, make them participate in the program, and they were happy. So after that, Srila Prabhupada writes this. My Guru Maharaja never liked to open a branch preaching center in a place where there is less population. We are not meant for living peacefully in a secluded place. We are meant for recruiting Krishna's eternal servants, and therefore a better populated place. So we are meant for this. For what? Recruiting Krishna's eternal servants. So we should be amidst people, and better populated place would be good for opening our branch. Of course, we don't neglect the village, villagement, but our first preference is to the cities. Please therefore organize the place nicely. Both you and Srimati Krishna Devi are sincere workers for Krishna consciousness, and as such, Krishna will never put you in difficulty. Rest assured. Don't be discouraged. Sit down tightly, husband and wife. If nobody comes to hear, please chant and hear yourself. These are the instructions given by Srila Prabhupada. Don't be discouraged. People will come or not or whatever. Sit down tightly, you both husband and wife, chant and hear. Even if nobody comes, you sit and hear. Success or failure does not matter. On the absolute world, there is no such relativities as a success and failure. The one thing in the absolute world is to serve Krishna. Don't care for the result. Krishna must know that we are working very seriously, and that is our success of life. See, in the transcendental world, in the absolute realm, there is no relativities as success and failure. That's only this material world. We do something. When we get the result, we say it is success. When we don't get the result, we say it is failure. But in the transcendental realm, no, this is not there. In transcendental realm, what is there? Only service to Krishna. Render service to Krishna, that is the goal, that is the objective, final objective, and that's the means also. Why are you serving Krishna? To serve Krishna more. See, when already we are serving, material results comes or not, that is secondary. So this point, devotees should be very much aware of. And Prabhupada says how? Krishna must know that we are working very seriously, and that is our success of life. It's not some big material achievement what we have got, something tangible, whatever so-called some objects or some name and fame or something, some material assets we have got. Those are secondary. What is primary? Krishna must know that we are working seriously. This is what we are supposed to, through all of our efforts, we should make Krishna know that, Krishna, I am serious to come towards you. Seriously, I want to serve you. If Krishna accepts this or knows that yes, he is serious, that is success of our life. And you cannot cheat Krishna. Just like posing yourself to be serious and internally something. No, he is right there in your heart. He can understand who you are, what you are, everything. So, fine, to conclude, so this is the point. Ultimately, it is devotional service which can guarantee us whatever is required to the extent of transcendental knowledge, detachment, brahmajnana, vairagya, all of these spiritual assets, everything is awarded by pure devotional service. And this pure devotional service, the only thing, the main thing, as you've seen this letter, be serious in your rendering of devotional service. Success or failure is not in our hands. If Krishna sees that we are serious in rendering devotional service, that is the success of devotional service. We end with here. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.